You listen to the podcast. Appreciate that.
I did, and I got questions.
Awesome. Here,
I was like, I know where he's going to be.
speaking of him, here he comes.
It was a great podcast episode, Neil. I know I texted you, but I'll say it in public too.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
I don't know if he can hear us yet. All right.
Hey guys. Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Awesome. Good to see you, buddy. We're talking about your podcast episode. We love it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Very good.
Very
Thanks,
good.
Jackie. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, hey, we all get together for the summit too. This is going to be great. So let me dive into this. I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but I just want to make the announcement of everything that we got coming up with the summit. Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, we are good. All right. So welcome. Agent Rise Summit coming up April 27th to the 29th in Fort Myers, Florida. It's spend 3 focused days with us in paradise and let's grow your business together. So let me tell you what we've got coming up for the summit. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to contain my excitement here because I'm probably going to speak too fast and too loud because I'm giddy about all of this, but let's dive into it. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, there's still time. We still have some seats available, and you can get your tickets at agentrisesummit.com and go ahead and do that before it sells out. It was great to see Scott Hack and there's Scott sell out at Real Estate Distilled just a couple weeks ago, and we're hoping for the same exact thing here at the Agent Rise Summit. So grab your seat now, agentrisesummit.com. You can get all of the details. We also have spouse, partner, and group plans. So if you're coming, bring your crew with you. We've got a discount for you. So you get buy one, get half off the second one. So it comes out to $740 total, which is $370 a ticket. So the best deal we can give right here. So come one, come all, bring your group with you and take advantage of our new group spouse and partner plan. All right. Also, we have a scholarship fund that is now available thanks to our sponsors. This is something new to us, and we're really excited to be able to offer this here. So if you are an agent or you know of an agent that needs to be at the summit, but it's just going to be a little tough for them to be able to do that, then let them know about the scholarship fund that is available. This will bring your ticket price down to $250, and our sponsors will cover the rest. And we've got 6 scholarships that are available. So please jump on that quick. If you're in that boat and you really want to be here, but money is tight, I get it. And so come enjoy the summit and get everything you can out of the summit and let the sponsors help you be able to do that. All right. Now, our mission for the Agent Rise Summit is very clear. We want you to gain clarity, and we want you to build your business with confidence. We want everything that happens at the summit to help you focus and dial in on your plan. See, when I've gone to other conferences in the past, I get into this shiny object syndrome area where I get all of these ideas and all of these things that I should be doing, and I go home and I should all over myself, right? Like we go home and we think of the things that we need to do. I want to prevent that from happening. Instead, I want to give you the clarity, and I want to build up your confidence and have you go home with an action plan that is ready to go for you. So it's a proven plan and you're ready to go, and then you can go home and grow your business. So we don't want you leaving with shiny object syndrome. We want you going home with a clear plan. Now, we have 5 different parts to the summit. It's organized and structured to go along with what we teach with the 3-pillar plan. So our belief is that agents should have a 3-pillar plan. They should have something that they're working according to their sphere of influence, a chase pillar, meaning to go out and get it, and an attraction pillar, and meaning ways to attract business. So the first part of our conference is going to be all about the sphere of influence pillar, and I'm going to be leading this. I'll teach about the framework of the 3-pillar plan, and specifically the sphere of influence, the foundation behind it. And then we're going to have additional speakers carry this out to show you how they're operating their sphere of influence pillar and all of the amazing things that they're doing. So I'm going to tell you about the speakers in just a little bit, but they're going to be backing me up to cover this so that we have a clear plan, so that we cover all 3 pillars, and so that you can leave with that clear plan that's congruent to you and then go home and stay consistent with it. All right. The second part of our conference, the second half of day number 1, is all on the chase pillar. And this is meant for you to go out and get it. So what is your chase pillar and how are you going to operate that? And our speakers are going to, along with myself, are going to help you craft that plan so that you can go home and crush it. Now, the third part is the attraction pillar, and that's when we talk a lot about video and content. And so I've got some great speakers I'm excited to announce here that are going to be helping us with this as well. So I'm going to teach on the attraction pillar, the foundation of it, and then the speakers are going to carry it out from there. Then the fourth part of the conference is all about efficiency, systems, and tools. And with that, we've got to talk AI. So I've got some great speakers coming on AI, and we've got a whole afternoon. The last day, the afternoon is all blocked for systems and tools and AI, and I'm excited to share all of that with you. Also, the fifth part of the conference is community, right? That's one of the awesome things about live events is we all get together and we get to have fun in paradise. And our goal with the conference is that everybody is a VIP. That's our number one goal. We don't have a VIP section. We don't have a VIP dinner. We include everybody. We also ask all of our speakers to be there for the entire conference, to commit and be there for the entire conference. It's tough when you hear an amazing speaker and the only way you can talk to them is maybe that little 5 minutes after their talk, or maybe if you can get into the VIP dinner, or maybe if you get lucky. And we want to remove all of that. So we ask all of our speakers to be there, and we have a lot of events around the summit where the speakers are going to be at. So it opens the door for a lot of conversations and to really go deep and to really learn. And that's our goal. So everyone is a VIP. And we start the VIP process off by kicking it out on Sunday night, April 27th, the night that the event, or the day that the event begins. We start off with the rooftop party from 7 until 10. And that's the first time that we're all going to get together and have a lot of fun. And is going to be in the room. We also do coffee meetups on Monday morning. So the Monday of the conference, we all get together. Those that want to be up, the early birds that get the worm and want to be up early, come and join us for coffee on Monday morning at 7 a.m. And we just meet at Peter's, which is right downtown here, right next to the venue. And they've got this beautiful courtyard, and we all get there for coffee on Monday morning. And new this year, we are offering the Agent Rise Summit Party on Monday night. More details on that to come, but again, another event. So our goal with all of this is to have more events, have more networking, and more time for us to all talk and be together. And so we're adding this as well this year. All right. So now let's jump into who is going to be speaking at the Agent Rise Summit. And first and foremost, I want to introduce Scott Hack. Scott, many of you guys know he is the leader of Real Estate Distilled, the mastermind behind Real Estate Distilled, and has been a huge supporter of mine. The Agent Rise Summit, I do not believe it would exist, and it would not exist to where it's at today if it wasn't for Scott and his friendship. So I truly appreciate Scott. And he leads an amazing broker mastermind. I was just at Real Estate Distilled, and it blew my mind. And I'm excited to be able to have him come back. We did this last year. It went over very well. We had about 30 to 40 in the room of brokers and team leaders, and we all come in with ideas that we need help with and ideas that we can share. And so on a sticky note, we write down what is it that we want to get a mastermind, and then Scott organizes it all and leads an amazing conversation, and you'll leave with pages of notes along with connections that you meet in the mastermind. So we kicked that off on Sunday, April 27th, that first day of the conference. So we have the broker mastermind in the morning, and then we have that welcome reception in the evening. And we're trying to figure out how we can go to the beach in between. Isn't that what you always do in Florida, right? There's got to be a way we can squeeze in a beach trip, right? So that all happens on Sunday. All right. Our MC for the event is TJ McGraw. He did an amazing job last year, and he's ready to do it all again this year. So TJ not only does he do a great job at the event and leading the event, but he does a great job of helping me keep this all organized and get the speakers together. And he's just a pivotal part of the Agent Rise Summit. I couldn't do it without his support and his help. And so it's awesome to do this with him, and then to see him on stage and leading and being the MC. He does a fantastic job. All right. Now, when we get into our sphere of influence pillar, so again, we've got these different sections to the conference. So we're going to be be talking a lot about sphere of influence. It's 1/4 of the conference. And I start out this section by me leading a talk, talking about the foundation, the sphere of influence pillar, what we need to do to get this in action, what are the steps that we need to take, and then what can we do in addition to what we do with our original foundation. We call it Sphere of Influence 2.0. And I don't know anybody that does a better job with this than Jeremy Allen. He is amazing. We just released a podcast episode. If you haven't heard that, be sure to grab that episode. You'll get an insight into his business, and he absolutely crushes it with his sphere. And the best thing about Jeremy Allen, well, there's a lot of great things about Jeremy Allen, but one of the best things that I love about Jeremy Allen's story is that, oh shucks, is that he, when he moved to his town, to Virginia Beach, he knew one person. He knew one person. And today he's got one of the largest sphere of influence out of any agent that I coach and that I'm blessed to be around. He does a fantastic job with his sphere, with client events and gifts and Popeyes and all of the things. And he's going to be sharing it all. And he's going to be bringing examples and telling you all about it. So Jeremy Allen will be one of our speakers for the sphere of influence. Then to follow that, you guys got to hear from Sean last year. And of course, I'm like, Sean, you got to come back, man. There's more here, buddy. There's more. And Sean's going to be back again this year. And he's going to be specifically talking about ways to get engagements with your sphere, ways to go deeper, ways to have conversations. And it's with your sphere, but it's also with other people, right? And just how to conversate and how to engage, because we talk about engagement so much inside Agent Rise that you need to be having 30 to 60 engagements a week if you want to see your business moving forward. And a lot of us don't know where those engagements should be coming from and how to have them and how to communicate, right? And so Sean is going to be covering all of that and more. So our sphere of influence pillar is going to be amazing, and that is going to kick off the first part of our day. All right. Now, the second section of the conference is going to be around the chase pillar. And the chase pillar is meant for you to go out there and get it. Okay. So you're going to have your sphere, right? And a lot of your business, if not most of your business, is going to come from your sphere. But maybe you're like Jeremy Allen and you don't have a large sphere when you started, right? So in order for that to happen, you've got to go out there and get it. And to keep using Jeremy as an example, when he got to Virginia Beach, he went after FSBOs and expireds, right? He went out there and chased it. And so we want to help you be able to go out and chase. Now, the chase pillar is also the pillar that a lot of us don't like and a lot of us struggle with. And so to kind of kick you in the butt to go out there and get it, we're going to have Mindy Kesnick lead us off. And she's got a great speech lined up. I can't wait. I'm not even going to start talking about it because I'll get too much into it. But she's got a great speech that's going to get you motivated and get you out there to get it. And it's kind of funny because the chase pillar is her least favorite pillar, but she has stepped into it. And I'm excited for you to see how. We also are blessed to have Stephen Ross, the author of Doors Open When You Knock. He's going to be joining us. And we just had Stephen on our Agent Rise Live. And if you remember, you got access to that. We just had Stephen on Agent Rise Live and he blew us away. He has a way of communicating. He's knocked on 125,000 doors. I don't know how, and I don't even want to try to figure it out because that just sounds absolutely crazy to me. But his talk is not about knocking on doors. His talk is about communication. And so he's gonna share all kinds of things. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. And I'm really excited for Stephen to be there. Following that, we've got Bruce Hill, who has Probate Mastery. And Bruce is really good at talking with people that he doesn't know. And he's really good at saying the right things and managing expectations and helping people list with him, because with probate, it's a challenging time in somebody's life, right? And so how do you handle that? And how do you make those contacts? Bruce is a master at this and we'll be sharing it all at the summit. All right, now let's get on to the attraction pillar. This is the fun stuff here, the video stuff. And again, this year, we have got a great lineup for you to all around the attraction pillar. We've got Karen Carr, who wrote the book, YouTube for Agents. She literally wrote the book on how agents should be doing YouTube. And she is fantastic. So super excited to have Karen back. And then following Karen, we've got the amazing Sue Pinky Benson is going to be joining us again. So Pinky is going to be sharing new strategies around Instagram and around video. We're going to be talking a lot about short form. Karen's going to be covering a lot of YouTube. And Pinky is going to be covering a lot of short form. And then Anvar Ruzio is a news reporter. I don't think that's what you call him, down here in Fort Myers. And I have become friends with Anvar. He lives in the same building as I do. And we met because he's big into flying drones. And I saw a lot of his drone videos. And so I got in touch with him, and we've become friends. And Anvar has an approach to do his media for Fox News. He's basically doing one job that 5 others used to do. And the same thing that he's doing as a media company, we always say, be a media company that happens to sell real estate, right? And so I thought, what would be better than to bring somebody in that's actually a media company and does media for a living? He's got not only tips and tricks on how we can do our stories and our short form videos and jump in the conversation. One of the strategies that we love around short form videos is talking about developments and things that are happening in your town. And he's going to storytell and show you how to storytell and how to do those videos. He's also going to give us all kinds of tips for video that is out there that we all have access to as taxpayers. The travel bureaus and all of that, when they own video, we, the people, own that video. And so we can access amazing B-roll and amazing content, and Anvar is going to share exactly how we can do that. So a lot of great things coming up for the attraction pillar. And now it's time to grow without burning out. And that's what we're going to do in the next section. We're going to have a panel. We're talking more about efficiency here and how to actually keep growing. I remember there was a time in my career where I was selling about as much real estate as I could possibly sell, but we still weren't getting ahead. And financially, I felt like I needed to sell more, but I didn't know how I could possibly do that. I didn't know how I could keep growing. I felt like I was at my max. And I have surrounded myself with the women that are up on this screen right now. They're all amazing, and they all have grown businesses and keep growing businesses when I think they would be far maxed out. And then how could they keep going, and how can they keep going? And they just keep doing it. And the first one that I'm super excited to introduce is Jackie Liberto. She's going to be in the house, and Jackie's here too today. I appreciate it, Jackie. And Jackie is my big supporter. I love Jackie so much. When I come to Destin, I feel like I'm famous because they make me feel so special there. And I talked Jackie into coming on down to Fort Myers, and so she's going to be here. And then also Maria Cristina Valencia. She's on the other coast. She's in Miami, and she is another powerhouse and has built an amazing business and keeps growing her business. And she hasn't burnt out. And maybe we have, but maybe we just don't know about it. But they keep growing. They keep growing. So I'm really excited for you to meet Maria Cristina. And then also Mindy Kesnick, which a lot of you know, and she's going to be sharing earlier, but I'm also going to have her in this section of the conference because Mindy has gone through a lot and also has not burnt out and just keeps on going. So this is going to be fantastic. And again, this is all part of that being more efficient, right? And how can we be more efficient, and how can we keep growing? The sky is the limit, and a lot of us put limits on our businesses. And so I want to surround you with some powerhouse people here that have not put any limits on their business, and they keep growing. All right. And then we're going to really get into nerd mode here. I call it with this is we're going to talk a lot about AI, a lot about smart web, a lot about SEO, and all of the amazing ways to become more efficient. And I got to share a little story here because I asked Christian Harris to be on the panel with us, and Christian, I was originally going to do a panel around niches, around serving military and all of the different niches. And Christian's like, "Hey, I'm happy to be on that panel, but I would really love to share of all of the tools and the things that I'm doing in my business that are just making it more efficient and using AI and all of the systems that I have." And I'm like, I think we all need that. So I shifted gears a little bit, and so we're going to make this into an AI panel. And then with that, it's because I also got thinking about it. I'm surrounded by wizards in this subject. Eirik Rorvik is going to be back again this year, and he's going to share on AI and then also be a part of this. And then David English, which is, I'm excited to tell you a little bit about David here in a second. But David is a good friend of mine. I got a story to share. It's really cool how he's come back into my life, and I'm super excited for him to be here and be a part of the summit. And he is a wizard. And then Keith Gilmore is my personal coach. I work with Keith on the daily, and he has changed my business in so many different ways. And so Keith is going to be there as well. So we have got a smart, I don't know what we call, I mean, really smart people, techie people, nerds. I don't know. They're going to be here, and we're going to be able to crush it together. All right. So this is another big section of the conference. And again, that last day, we're going to be talking a lot about AI and helping you make sure you got the tools. So we're going to get you that clear plan that's congruent to you, and then help you stay consistent with it. And that clear plan is the 3-pillar plan. So we make sure we go home with our 3-pillar plan. We know exactly what it is. And then we're going to give you all the tools to be able to be efficient. Also, everybody that attends the Agent Rise Summit all gets 1 month of Agent Rise Academy. All right. So we have the Agent Rise Academy. So anybody that comes to the summit, they get 1 month of the Academy. And then also anybody that comes to the summit that hasn't had a strategy session with me also gets a strategy session with me. So when you come to the summit, we're going to help you get that clear plan. We're going to give you the tools to go home and crush it, and the Academy so that you can do that. And then we're also going to give you a call with me so that we really make sure that you've got that clear plan. And that's why we're different. That's why the Agent Rise Summit is different. Usually when you go home, you just got to try to figure it all out. I don't want you going home trying to figure it all out. I want to get you set up and have all the right tools for you so that you don't have to overthink it. All right. Now, I want to take a second before we do our drawing to thank our sponsors. This is super exciting to me. Last year, we did not have sponsors, and it made it very difficult on me to put on the conference and to do some of the extra things that we really want to do, and also just their overall support. It's not just the finance. It's not just the money that the sponsors offer, but it's also just their support to me. This is a lot to put on a conference, and you need people around you to support you and root you on and be there to back you. And that's exactly what my sponsors are doing. All of the sponsors are through relationships. I haven't, they're all people that have reached out to me and said, "Hey, can I help you?" They're not like, "Hey, we want to sponsor it because we want to get our brand in front of everybody." It's more of the fact that they want to truly help. And I have to start out with Jonathan, who is with Fripta Solutions, and Cheatham, who is also with Fripta Solutions. But with Jonathan met me because he came up to see me when I spoke at Jackie's event in Destin, Florida. So, and Jonathan's right here in Fort Myers, and he drove up to Destin to the conference, and he came up to me right away, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, your talk was amazing, and I cannot believe you are in Fort Myers. This is crazy. I live in Fort Myers too." And so we immediately grabbed coffee when we got back and hit it right off. And then he introduced me to Cheatham. And so the three of us have been meeting since, gosh, it was probably December or January. And we have been meeting since then. And they have helped me so much, just getting things organized for the conference, knowing like how to plan everything, who to invite. They've supported me on kicking off the master classes, and they got my back. And so I just really, really appreciate them. And on top of that, they provide amazing service for real estate agents around Fripta. And if you're anything like me, you might not have even heard of what Fripta is, because I sold real estate in Wisconsin. We didn't have a lot of foreign investors and properties being sold in Wisconsin. So down here in Florida, there's a lot. And so it's amazing to have them. And I think they're here today. If you want to turn on your cameras and say hi, that'd be great. But they're going to be at the conference. And again, I appreciate their support so much. The same thing with Eirik Rohrbeck. Eirik was here last year, and Eirik wanted to be involved in the summit even more. He knew how challenging it was for me to make everything work last year, and he just reached out to me and said, "Dude, what can I do to help? Like, I want to be there for the, not only be a speaker at the summit like I was last year and all that, but what else can I do to help?" And Eirik is a lender that I've known from Madison, Wisconsin. Oh gosh, it goes way back. And Eirik is with National Lending, and he wants to be there to support and be there to help. And also Eirik is a wizard when it comes to AI. Last year he spoke on AI, and he has a company called Think in Prompts. And so he's going to be there as well, helping us. I mean, he's not just there to be a sponsor. He's going to be there speaking and supporting and helping us. And Iric has so many talents. I like AI is one of them, but every time I talk to Iric, I learn something. He's one of the smartest guys that I know. And again, we gotta get smart people in the room, right? And so Iric is definitely one that we want to have in the room. And again, we appreciate his support. And then David English. I got the coolest story about David. So back in the day, I did all of my WordPress, like I got WordPress set up and all of that. I went to Fiverr and I found this guy on Fiverr called WordPress Cool, and he was amazing. He took care of everything that I needed. He built my sites for me. Him and I just became buddies on Fiverr, and I was sending him gigs all the time, and he was helping me. Well, he then got deployed, and I lost touch with him. He messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm going to be, sorry, but I'm being deployed. I'm going to be turning off WordPress Cool on Fiverr. Apologize." And so, oh man, I bummed that I lost him, and it is what it is. And thank you for serving our country, and I appreciate you, David. I didn't even know his name, David. I knew him as WordPress Cool. And so then, just this last year, I get this message from David English, and it's somebody that wants to message you, and I'm like, who's this guy? And I look, and then and he goes, "Do you remember WordPress Cool?" And sure enough, here's David reaching out to me. He got deployed. He came back, had a contract job, and then now he's back independent. And so is doing web and freelance services. And so he reaches out to me and he says, "Do you remember WordPress Cool?" And I'm like, oh my gosh, do I ever? And he remembered working with me, loved working with me, and wanted to see if there was anything that he could do to help me. Of course, I had a whole bunch of work for him and things that I needed. And then, like the others, David reaches out to me and says, "Hey, what can I do to help you with the summit, man? I love what you're doing. I love what you're promoting, and I would love to be a part of it." And again, he just wants to help. And David is proficient. I mean, so good at smart. So we're beyond the websites today, right? We're calling them smart websites with AI and integrations built into them. He's also very proficient with Google My Business profiles, which used to be, Google. I'm saying Google My Business, but it's now called Google Business Profiles. So he knows these. He's actually going to be giving us a 10-day challenge at the summit to be able to help us with our profiles and make them. And I didn't even know there was that many touch points with a profile, but he has got that all dialed in. He also provides social media management. So there's a lot of things that David does that he can help you with. And again, he is one of the smartest guys that I know, and I've been working with David for many years and just love him. So I'm excited for you all to get to meet them, and I'm excited for the summit. And again, thank you so much for the sponsorship. All right, so now let's get into the summit ticket giveaway. This is really cool. It's the first time we've ever done this as well. Anybody that attended, I got to get our little spinny wheel thing brought up here. Anybody that joined us for our live teachings, we did some teachings last month and this month. Anybody that has joined us for that has been entered into this drawing. So without further ado, let's find out who our 2 ticket winners are. We need some music for this, but here we go. Lisa Mims. Yes. Awesome. Yes. All right. Lisa is in. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Lisa is from Destin. I just met with her yesterday. That's so fun. Awesome. All right. So Lisa is in, and let's draw one more. Lana Parker's in. Awesome. All right. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. All right. So there are our 2 winners. Congratulations. Just message me and I'll get you a code so that you can join us for that. And again, thank you all so very much for joining us. And thank you for being here. If you've got any questions about the summit, please join us by going to agentrisecoaching.com/summit or simply just agentrisesummit.com and join us for the summit. And if you've got any questions at all, you can reach out to me, just DM me, or you can send me an email at neil@agentrisecoaching.com. And again, we're really looking forward to the summit and here for you. And I see some more cameras on now that I've got the screen share off. So again, thank you so much. Cheatham, I see you. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Iric, I see you. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Appreciate you guys. And let's see who else is here. David wasn't able to make it, but if he was here, I'd be saying hi to him. So, and Keith Gilmore is in the house. Appreciate you, Keith. Thank you all so much for your help. And again, there's TJ. See you, buddy. Thank you so much, guys. I thank you all so very much. Have a great day, and we hope to see you in April at the summit. Reach out to me with any questions. And like always, remember to be the reason somebody smiles today.